which is a very tough thing to do, to introduce Sanjay to somebody. I mean, how much description do we need to describe a person like that? First thing we all know, he's an entrepreneur. He runs 2 businesses. Nothing short of 150 people in his organization. Okay, that's the smallest detail about him. Like Santosh and I know, and there are many stories that we keep asking him, he's an avid aviation photographer. He's not just any aviation photographer, he's a military aviation photographer. The kind of Air Force bases and Army bases and Navy installations that he's been to, very few actual people in the forces would have been to. So he's had a huge extensive reach, some sense that we have had. He has a museum of aviation in his own home, which is a very, very detailed museum. So Sanjay, maybe we just all invite ourselves sometime to come to a museum. He's had really important people, quote unquote, visit his museum. His museum is extremely popular. So that's a part of aviation photography. But there's one more important thing. He's flown in fighter jets. Right? I don't know if there's any other civilian Sanjay that must be, but you're not sure. Okay? Who've flown in fighter jets. Then the other side to him is that he's an avid biker. Some of you might say biker, every other person is biker, but he's the kind of biker who's traveled the length of the country, not just once. Yeah. So, and there are times that he's done this solo. Beyond that, he's a pet parent. So if you think you have one cat or one dog, he's got 3 dogs and 1 cat right now, right? And I think he's forever ready to get one more, but there's some kind of he gets bogged down because his family tells him how many. So he's a pet parent as well, and there are so many artists and sports people that he supports through his organization and as himself. So Sanjay, what we are really curious to know is from where do you get all this energy, and from where do you get all this motivation, and how are you such a perfectionist? For those of us who work with him, he has an eye for detail and the way that he goes about every task. There is so much to learn from. So we are all yours, Sanjay. Such a pleasure to have you here, and we are all yours to learn from you. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Julie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good. You all had breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah? You had breakfast?
Yes.
Come on, you need to get them more breakfast.
I need to get
in the
more
morning.
food. Yes.
Send them to filter coffee. Yeah? Okay. So thank you so much, Julie, for inviting me here. And it's a privilege to be the first speaker in your new office. A lovely office, love the designs, love the colors. I love the ambience. Great. Fantastic. So how do you want this to be? How do you want my talk to be? Do you want it to be like a lecture on a Saturday morning where you're sitting in a college or in a classroom? Or do you want it to be interactive? Do you want it to be fun? How do you want it to be? Interactive? Okay. So to make it interactive, I'll just give the cue, but you are the ones who make it interactive. Okay. Right. So I just want to know who are the new ones here? Less than 1 year? Raise your hand. Come on. Come on. You had your breakfast, right? Yeah? Less than a year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 8. Yeah, see, if you don't raise your hand, I can't make it. Okay. Okay. Less than 3 years. I'm sorry, 1 to 3 years. Okay. 2 or 3. More than 3 years. And what do you follow? 3. Okay. Okay. So for the people who have been here for less than a year, I'm assuming it must be what, 6, 7 months, 8 months since you're here? Or is it lesser than that? Is it lesser than 6 months? Anybody? You'll have to speak louder. I'm old, I can't hear. Yeah? 2 months, okay? Only, lovely. Okay, so this is, you joined in this office, not in the old office. And what about you, Priyanka? In the old office, in the previous office, I won't say old, the previous one. Okay, so who else is there? 6 months? Anybody? 6 months? 7 months. 6, 7 months, yeah, between 6 and 1 year. Okay. So you also worked there and you worked here. Now you started working here in the new office, right? What was going through your mind when you were told that you'll shift to a new office and you'll have to pack your stuff? This question is open for everybody. First, I'll go with the youngsters. I'll call you the youngsters. I mean, whatever came to your mind. Feel free. What came to your mind? Anybody else wants to take that question? When you were told that you will move to a new office and you had already been working in that office for quite some time.
I'm feeling nostalgic.
Nostalgic?
So happy that we're moving to a bigger space.
Okay.
And more people.
Okay.
More fun, more work.
Okay. Good. Good.
So excited.
You have to be louder.
So excited.
Excited. Okay. Excited.
No
Nostalgic, excitement,
New opportunities.
opportunities, new ones. Anything else? More freedom. Because Julie can't see you from there.
Yeah, I could always see his
Right,
screen
sitting-
now. He's
huh?
moved.
So the space that you'll be working in gives you more space for thought, more space for creativity and ideas. Something like yeah. Okay, great. How many of you thought you should also pack everything that is there in that office and bring it here? You have to pack your computers, you have to pack your documents, your files, so many other furniture. How many of you thought, oh no, we have to do all this? Yeah? Okay? Whoever was there thought about it, or let's say even if you didn't think about it, you were told to do this. Okay, you pack your stuff, pack your stationery, and then what? Pack your systems, books, yeah, lot of things. Okay, how many of you thought about all these things? Okay, or how many of you were made to do all this? Yeah, right? All of you would have thought about it. While packing, what came to your mind when you were packing? Individually, when you're packing your workspaces, your desks, or even something which is common to the office, what came to your mind?
How it is going to get shoot with, like
Say again, sorry.
we are moving to a new space, how we are going to get through with that, and how we are getting more comfortable. That
Okay.
whether that comfortable will be
Okay.
comfort will be there or not. that
Okay,
kind of-
yeah. Thoughts about how will the new office be with respect to the older one in terms of various infrastructure that you have. Right? Anything else that came to your mind?
Memories.
Huh?
Memories. And memories. A lot of memories.
Memories, okay, lovely, very good.
And also, how do I fit all this stuff in the new office? We have
Okay.
list.
Okay. How do you get all this here? Right? Okay, anything else? Anything else came to your mind? Had you all accumulated a lot of junk in the office? No? Lots?
He had.
So did you bring all that junk?
No.
What did you do with it?
We shed everything.
You shed everything, you discarded everything, okay? You made sure that that doesn't come into the new office because it's not needed anymore. Right? And you said memories. Okay. Great. So now, when you were packing, you also got a lot of stuff which was not needed to be brought here. Can you name something? Something. Generally.
I guess my 9 to 10 years old notes.
Okay. Your
Like
notes
that.
that you've
Yeah,
taken down in
notes
meetings.
and some of my-
Wow, you kept all those 10 years notes? Amazing. Very good.
And some of my bills which I had checked very long.
Okay.
Some of my drawings.
Okay. Some of your work and your bills and all that. Anything else that you didn't bring? Santosh, what didn't you bring? Huh? Okay. Old brochures. Old brochures. You didn't bring. Okay, you shredded. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were packing, you came across a lot of stuff which you didn't want anymore. a lot of stuff which you hadn't opened for a few years, probably some of the seniors sitting here, you would have had a lot of stuff especially which you hadn't even opened for a long time and you didn't even know it existed in that office, right? So you decided that you don't need it, this is the right time to discard all that. Shred it, burn it, throw it, or gift it to somebody else, something like that, okay? So you just anyway didn't bring it, you discarded those things, right? That's exactly what you need to do now when you move into your new office. Leave your old baggage there in the old office. Come in with the new stuff. Come in with fresh ideas. Come in with the fresh thought that this is going to be your first day of office. This is going to be your first month, second month in retail, in your office. Leave out all the baggage that you had. As human beings, as people, we have a lot of confusion in our minds. What she says I may not like, what I say he may not like, somebody else may not like something else. And in a professional organization, these things do happen, especially when you are discussing a lot of professional tasks and things like that. Okay? Some may get it right, some may not take some time to get it right, some may not get it at all, some may be upset about certain things, some may be upset with somebody else, and things like that. That's the baggage that you're carrying. That's the baggage that you carried in that office. Now when you move to the new office, a new space, leave that baggage also here. What you left were just not the brochures, drawings, notes, and things like that. Carry the good memories and start off afresh in your new office. So remember, no old baggage. No old baggage with any relationships, no old baggage with anything to do with the customers there, with your employees, with your colleagues, with your boss, with your managers, with your subordinates. None of those which are not worth bringing here, don't bring them. Bring all the positive memories, all the positive thoughts that you have about these people here. Make this a place which is a place only for positive thoughts. Every space, every inch of this space should be only for positive thoughts. It's not easy, but only you can make it happen. You have to tune yourself. You have to tune yourself, tell your mind, tell your brain that this is how I'm going to be positive today. Come what may, I'm not going to flinch from that thought. Can you all just take a small pledge that we will be positive? Every inch in this office. I mean, I don't know, I have not worded the pledge, but you can do it later.
Sure.
Just a small thing that we will all say that we will make every inch of this space a positive inch, a positive thought inch, however you want to call it. Because you people need with square inches, square meters, and square feet and things like that. So just a positive square inch, every inch. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. I just want a show of hands. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, great. Okay. Now when I say bring all these positive thoughts, it just doesn't mean that bring it and say, okay, one day, today is 17th of August. You did something by 25th of August, you forget about it. It's not like that. It's at every moment that you keep thinking about it. Okay? The same thing applies to your customers. There are a lot of issues that you may have had with your customers. Maybe payment issues, maybe understanding of the concept, what they were telling you and what ultimately came out as your design. Maybe some other issues that you may have had while working with a customer on a project, which is very natural. It's not that it happens only in your industry. It happens in every industry. Okay? Start working afresh even with your customers whom you have not had a great relationship with. Move out those thoughts. Don't think about if they had done this, we could have done better. If they had given us a proper brief, our design concepts could have been better. It's not they, it's always you. Start taking that ownership that it is you who's supposed to understand that concept. Start taking that ownership, thinking that you are the customer and you will start looking at how do you want to execute this project. It's you. Take that ownership. Every time. Even if things go wrong, take ownership, learn from it. Not every project will be to your satisfaction or to the customer's satisfaction. There will be something or the other, even after 5 years, they will call you to say this is not okay, that's not okay. I'm sure you must be receiving such calls, even now. Those things will always be there. But take ownership of that and see how you can sort it out. This is how you attract the customers towards you, saying this is a professional organization which takes ownership, takes their work very seriously and are there for us every time. Okay? Please do that. And that's one bigger way of attracting references also from those customers, because the moment they tell others that detail design, yeah, they're good, but once they hand over the project, they're nowhere. When they need them, they're not. That one sentence is enough for the other customer to decide whether he has to go with you or not. So please keep this in mind. Always tell them definitely we'll see what we can do. And then you take it from there. Okay? Now I got something for you. Okay, but before that, I'll start with you, Retale. How many years were you there in that office? 8 years?
9.
9 years? Okay. What comes to your mind when you think about that office? 9 years. What is the best thing that you liked
I
about it?
completed my 15th year of my career in that office.
Lovely. Very good. 15 years in retail, huh?
16th year is running. 15th year I completed in that office.
Very good. Okay. And what are the other memories that come to your office? Very good memories of that office.
I completed my first residential project in that office.
Okay.
Without, I mean, like to him, I have
Okay.
not been so much involved.
Okay.
With lots of others.
Give me.
So when I first joined, I was very nervous, and I was so happy that I got a great colleagues. None of all from them had a lot of fun. Every quarter in the office had a fun. So that's something that I like.
Very good. Okay. The calendar man. Making the calendar, huh? Yeah, I wanted you to say it. Good. Very good. So anybody else wants to add to whatever is being said? People who have worked in that office? Anything?
So I started working in an office, like I came to an office for the first time. I was like very nervous. I worked with the first project itself. I worked with Junima. It was for a cookie store.
Yeah.
So I was into the concept stage and all. Then later I was involving with Junima a lot for the concept stage. And there I learned a lot in Google concepts. I'm still learning. So that is my
Good. So you have a lot of memories of that office, which you carry forward wherever you go. Okay, not this office, maybe a bigger office later when Dewey expands further and then goes to an office where maybe she takes up the whole building or whatever.
Yes.
It will still
Fingers crossed.
it will actually carry with you everywhere. Right? You would carry those memories with you everywhere. Right? I've also had a lot of good memories there, working with Santosh and Dewey on the calendar project. I think we sat there for the first design concept of Fulcrum.
Yes, that's
there
right.
in that office.
Yeah.
And I had the shock of my life when I thought it would be about 30 lakhs. Revati and Juhi told me, they laughed at me. And I thought, oh, maybe I'd set a very high figure. Maybe it was even lower. But then So lovely memories, lovely space. Okay. So similarly, make this space also something which is so good. So I've got something for you. I'll give it to you. Just pass it on, please. Take one.
We'll take.
Don't open it.
Okay.
Okay. You got it? All of you got it? Okay, don't open it. I'll tell you. Okay. So now I was talking about baggage and positivity and all that stuff, right? I've given you a very small, what do you call it, notebook? No, scribbling pad? What do you call it?
Notepad.
Notepad, yeah. I've given you a very small, okay, pocket diary or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now, can you open it? I just want to see you opening it. Done? So, all of you open? Okay, the last one, yeah. Done. Okay. Now the reason I hadn't opened it from the cover was I wanted to see how you guys open it. I wanted to see if I've done something new in the way how to open these things. I opened mine. Okay, because I didn't want to show you how bad I'm at this. But I wanted to see how you guys open it. While opening it, did anyone of you see what brand was it?
Yes.
Yeah? No. Where did you see the brand? Okay. It's here? Okay, which brand?
Not sure.
Huh? Loxar, okay? Okay. My next question. What was the price?
20.
Not bad, man.
I didn't see the price.
How many of you didn't see the price?
I didn't see the price.
Okay.
Are you going to punish us?
So, this is another lesson for you. Whenever you get something, first look at it. You know, there used to, I believe there was one question paper long back. I remember in one of our trainings in my previous office where I used to work, we had a question paper that we had to answer. During the training, it was maybe about 7-8 questions and you have to answer in 1 line or 2 lines. That's about it. So, the first instruction there was read all questions before you answer. Okay. I finished the question paper first. Do you know why? Okay, it was not a VN, I think. Maybe was it in part of the VN?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no clue.
It was not a VN, I think, but I had seen somewhere else, some other training. So the header was read all questions thoroughly before you start answering. Okay, then when I was reading question number 8, which was probably the last one, 8 or 9 or whatever, it said, don't answer any of the above questions. Okay, so I was the first one who finished it and I raised my hand. So they came and went, everybody was writing, and I came to this, hey, it's saying don't answer. So the lesson in this is, whenever you get something, have a look. It doesn't matter however big or small it is. Just have a look. And you people are designers. You may have liked the design here. There might be some ideas that you would have got from the design that was there on the sticker. Something like that. You never know. Or if you're doing some packaging design for a customer, you may have got some idea from this. It not necessarily has to come from a Julie or a Revati or something like that. Not necessarily from your seniors. You can tell them what can be done if you have spotted something which is good that can be implemented with your customers, which can be implemented in your office. Always, not necessarily when if it's an office program, not necessarily if it's an office training program, not necessarily if it's at a customer's place. You can also be traveling on the road somewhere, you see something, you think how that can be adapted to your office, to your projects. Every time, keep your senses open, always to see where can you spot some ideas which are going to be unique for the projects that you're doing. Always. I'm not saying copy, but that can lead you to actually design something else which will be fantastic. Okay? Second, how many of you saw the price? Somebody you saw the price. You saw the price. How much was it? 20 rupees. You saw the price. Okay. I could have removed the price tag or I could have scratched it off. Why hadn't I done it? Any guesses? Build some curiosity. Okay. Anything else?
You were lazy.
Huh?
You had to remove price from too many books, so you did not do it.
Too much of a work.
Yeah.
Observe what is new in that, something what is there new in that.
New in the price. Okay. New in the material,
Yeah.
content, the contents that were there. Okay. Anything else? One last. Anything else? Price does not matter. It can be 20 rupees, it can be 20,000, it can be 20 crores. It does not matter. Everything that you get is valuable. It doesn't matter if somebody gives you even something which 10 rupees. Even today, when I go to a wedding or go to some event, I don't remove the price tag. I'm not a guy who gifts, first of all. But whenever my wife insists that we have to give something, I'm not a guy who removes the price tag. Because I always believe it is a gesture that matters a lot and not the worth of this thing. If I give a gift of 5,000 rupees, now there is an expectation that, okay, these guys have given me 5,000 this time, next time also maybe 10,000 or something like that. No. I will still give a 500 rupee gift. But it is the effort that I've taken to buy that gift, look for it, go to the shop, park my vehicle and walk down to the shop and then search, pick up the right one for them, what I like and what they like, pick up the right one, come back to the car, then you see the police has put a notice for no parking there, go back to the police station or pay online, no parking penalties, and then go to the wedding and give the gift. It is an effort. It is a gesture. I'm doing it because I like to do it for that person, because I like to do it for that household. I'm not doing it because I want to show my status that I give you a 5,000 rupee gift or I give you a 10,000 rupee gift while somebody gave you 2,000 rupees. That's not how it should be. Everything is valuable. Going forward, anything from your customers, your colleagues, your managers, if you get something, please value it. And when I say if you get something, it not necessarily means it should be something which is tangible like a book, like this. It can be a word of advice. It can be a feedback. It can be a suggestion. Please value them. Always remember, when somebody gives you a feedback or gives you a feedback that you don't want to hear, why are they telling you this? That's because they feel that you have the potential to do better. Your capabilities are higher, but the output has not been up to the expected levels. That is why they're giving you that feedback. If your capabilities are at the same level which they feel that this is all you can do, they may not give you the feedback. Or they may also give you some praises, saying that very well done, fantastic job. Okay? See how you can do better than that going forward. But always don't mistake somebody who's giving you a feedback as an enemy. Don't mistake somebody who's giving you a feedback or a suggestion to be a person who doesn't like you. No. It you have to, when I say make this every square inch of your office a positive square inch, make those feedback also positive when you get it from them. However, you may not like it. If they give you 10, they tell you 10 things, there may be one or two which you may like. You may not like 8. Leave the 8, it's okay. But those 2 are important for you to work on. If you can work on it, please work on it. And add one more, third one. In your minds, saying, thank you for telling me these 2. Don't say, you told me 8 stuff which is useless. Oh, look at this. Thank you for telling me these 2, which are very important for my career, which are important for my own self, life goals and things like that. Always remember this. You will have a lot of people you could come across. And it not necessarily is in an office environment. It can also happen in your neighborhood. It can happen in your, let's say, with your other friends, relatives, none of them. Don't judge them saying they are like this. They are always giving a feedback. There are some people like that, I agree. But in that feedback, if you get some 2 or 3 things which are worth as a takeaway, take that and improve yourself. Okay? Now we'll come back to this book. What do you see in this book? Huh?
Yeah, important dates.
Important dates, okay?
And his phone, email, and name.
Okay.
Bunch of blank papers that have to be filled.
Blank pages, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very ordinary, right?
No, but it's something that goes in a pocket.
Yeah, okay. It goes in your pocket. Like
Take it with
somebody
you.
was saying you can put it in your
Yes.
pocket. That's one of the reasons I got this size. So
Yeah.
that you can carry it with you if you can. If you don't want also, don't carry it always, but you know where it is always, okay? So it's a very ordinary book in every respect. You have your name, phone, email, then some important dates, whatever per month, and then blank pages. Extremely ordinary. The cover is good, looks black, looks fancy, whatever, you know, not very gaudy. Looks good. It goes with your office setup, the way you guys think creatively. That way it looks good. But otherwise, in all other respects, extremely ordinary. Okay? How do you make it extraordinary? How will you make this book extraordinary?
Writing down thoughts.
Okay? Writing thoughts. Okay? Then?
It's what we add of ourselves. I mean, it's the way that we think. It's what we add of ourselves. It's what we make of this book. Is what we
Okay. How do you use the book?
Yeah.
That's what you mean. Okay. Anybody else? Then I will also give you a lock and key with this. Okay. I'll come back to the positivity theory. Theory of positivity. Theory of positive square inch. Okay? An ordinary book like this can be made extraordinary only by you, not by anybody else. What I want you to do going forward from today is every time you find something positive, write it down. Write it. You may not have the time, you're working on something now, so you probably want to write it later, but make sure you write it later. Anything that is positive, anything that you like, write it. Okay? Call this the positive book. This book should be used only to write positive things that you like during the day. All you have to do is date and 1, 2, 3 thoughts or whatever experiences. It can be 1 experience a day, it can be 5, it can be 10. I leave it to you. Whatever that great experience was, write that. And that great experience can be anything. not necessarily it is linked to your office and your profession. It can be anything. It can be something like, I'll first, for example, first I'll take the office environment. It can be something like you hit upon an idea. You hit upon a concept which you thought was lovely. Just three, four words about that. Don't write a big essay. Okay, if you want, you do it. I'll leave it to you. But buy another book because you've run out of pages. Okay? Just a small brief about what is it that you like that day and that time. It can be a concept, it can be an idea, it can be something else. It can be as simple as somebody, you would have kept your coffee glass mug here. Somebody else is going to the pantry and say, have you finished? Can I take the coffee mug? It can be as simple as that. That person was just trying to be helpful to you. I mean, if you liked it, if you feel it can go into the book, note it down. You're coming to the office or you're going back home, you see something on the way, you liked it, make a note after you reach home or make a note after you come to the office. Okay? It can be anything. You're on a vacation, you like something there, you like something that your children told you, you like something that your wife told you, you like something that a fellow tourist told you or fellow tourist did to somebody else, write it. It need not necessarily be connected to you, or your office or your life in any way. It can also be connected to all these three, but it can be others also which you like. Okay? So you make this book extraordinary by writing things that you like during the day. You should write every day. You shouldn't miss. Now, there is a lot of effort that has gone into come to this level of office setup. How many years do we did? 17 years? 18 years? 20? Wow, amazing. Being an entrepreneur, I can relate to her 20 years of journey, of how difficult it is to run an organization. All this is the fruits of how hard she's worked first, then how hard you people have supported her to bring it to this level. How hard your customers have also been with you, have trusted you, and they have brought it to this level. Together you brought it to this level. But still, as an entrepreneur, she will be going through her daily ups and downs on various things, whether it is strategy, whether it is new clients, new markets, expansion, competition, payments, whatever. She will be going through her challenges every day, every moment. She may not show it to you. She may not be, you may not actually, it may not be very visible. She may still come and talk, laugh with you and all that stuff. But at somewhere in the back of her mind, she will still be thinking about tomorrow. She will be thinking about next month. So, it would have taken a big effort to come to this level, 20 years. Imagine if she wants to write all the negative things that she went through in a day. She probably needs a computer. A book won't be enough. Okay? So, you also will have your ups and downs every day. You will not write your downs. You will only write your ups and downs. You will only write, let's say, from 9:30 to 11 o'clock, you had a horrible day. Everybody is shouting right from the customer, and the vendor is not answering your phone. The customer is saying, why haven't you finished this? You were supposed to finish it last week and you're still not done it. And now here you have one guy here who's not answering your phone. He's the guy who's supposed to do it and he's not answering your phone. Okay, so you're miserable. And so what do? Next time the customer calls, don't answer. Okay, silent or whatever. Or sir, I'm in a meeting, I'll call you back. Or put it in airplane mode. That solves the problem. Okay, never do that. Yeah. Okay, but there are ways and methods that we find of how we can evade a customer's call or a customer's anger or even your manager's disappointment. find methods, right? Find methods of how you can write good things in this. Why do we always look at bad things and we come up with ideas where, okay, if he's doing this, I'll do this. If he thinks that he can call me 10 times, I'll call him 25 times. You know, this is how we think, right? But there are other methods that we have to think to make him happy, to make this vendor also come to you. Think out of the box. For that, you need to be positive. If you are not clear in your mind, if you are not, let's say, settled down in your head here, you can't think. Relax, take your time off, go for a walk, have a coffee, have some juice, whatever, come back, or you sit there, whatever. Enjoy that 10 minutes, 15 minutes that you want. Switch off from everything that's not going okay for you between 9:30 and 11. I'm just taking that as an example for the time. It can be any other time. Switch off from what's happening there. Just for 10, 15 minutes. Come back, re-energized, with fresh thoughts. Come back as a new person. Enter the office as a new person at 11:05. In that, if you find something positive, right. Okay? Now, when you are going through bad times, bad days, sometimes it doesn't finish off at 1.5 hours, it's a bad time. It may go on for a day, it might go on for a week, it might go on for 6 months. You'll never know. Depends on you. But it is your job to still find something good out of all that and write something good. Okay? You can't write. The other terms and conditions of writing in this book is, you can't write, today was majorly a bad day, but the good thing that I found today was this. No. Today's fantastic thing was this. And when you're writing that, please be in that thought when you're writing. You're not thinking, Juhi screwed me today for not doing this drawing correctly, and now I have to tell my wife I'm coming home late, and yesterday also my mother scolded me for not finishing my lunch, and now today I'm held up in the office. But good thing is, madam got me nimbu pani to drink here. No, not like that. Okay? You are supposed to write only that nimbu pani thing if you want to write. You're not going to write all the other baggage. That's the baggage that you left in your office. You will leave this baggage outside the book. You don't write that. Can you all do this? Yeah? Now, there are days together that you are having some bad days. Now, who decides you are having a bad day? Do you decide? Do you decide it for them? That, okay, Revati, today is your bad day.
No.
Huh? Kirti, do you decide it for Harsha? Huh? Right? Who decides it? Yourself, right? You decide that it is a bad day for you. You decide if you want to make it a good day, you will decide and work on it. But if you have decided, today is my bad day, I don't know whom I saw when I woke up. I probably woke up on the left side of the bed. All that if you decide, it is your problem. It is not her problem, your problem, or it's only individually, it is my problem. Always think about it as me. While you take ownership for your customers' projects and stuff like that, you take ownership for your bad days. Why are you having a bad day? Why am I having a bad day? It's me. You have to make it a good day. You have to make it a good time. Okay? So let's say, despite all this, you are having a really bad day. What about the book? My worry is only the book. Okay? I don't care whether you have a good day or a bad day. My book. I paid 20 rupees for the book. And I made an effort to go buy it in the rain yesterday night. So what about my book? My book should not go a waste. You have had a very bad day today and you're just not able to think of any positives for the day. What happens to my book? There also my book will come to your rescue. Today we are on 17th, sorry. 17th you have a bad day, a very bad day, you had a very bad day. You open your book, look at what were you written on 16th. What were the positive things, good things that you written on 16th. You open your book and see what was it that I wrote on July 1st. That was very good for me. Get into that moment of what you had written then on July 1st or what you had written on August 16th. Get into that straight away. Leave this aside. Enjoy that moment of what you had written and what you had experienced at that time. That probably to an extent brings you out of the bad frame of mind that you will be in. But that is what you need to do. You may be having a bad time at home. Your relationships at home, sometimes every person is not the same. Every two people are not the same. So the relationships at that sometimes brings some disagreements with people, and you may have had a quarrel, you may have had some arguments. Okay? Open the book. If you have not found any positives in that day or in that experience, look at your previous experiences. What made you feel good? Okay? Any questions? Sorry, I said that I didn't want it to be a lecture, it's become like a lecture. Any questions? You're also free to ask.
Yeah. No, I know some days can be very tough to see the bright side. And I think I totally agree that you said that I choose what I make of my day.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a good day, it's in my hands. So, how much do I allow an external factor to control my mind?
Yeah.
Because if I stay in that bad, I'm ruining what is coming ahead of that. And if I snap out of it, I still have a chance to fix that. But only I can fix that. I don't think any external can fix that.
Exactly. So it's only
Us.
what is us?
Or only me.
Only you. Only?
Me.
Say it loudly. Only?
Me.
It's me. It's always me. It's not them. It's not him. It's not her. It's not them. It's only me. Okay? You have to do this going forward. There's something else you have to do with this book. How many of you have credit cards here?
These are UPI generation, Sanjay.
Okay. There are a lot of points that you get, no? Zomato, Swiggy, whatever, all these other Amazon reward points. Yeah? How many of you have reward points in something else, some app or something? Reward points, anything? Amazon, Flipkart, Swiggy, Zomato, something? Reward points you have?
GPay.
GPay, or you have reward points in GPay also?
You don't know, you get so many rewards.
Is it?
Coupons, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
You see, he's not using it.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay. So what do you do with these reward points? You encash it? You adjust it
It's a
against some
very-
other payment, yeah?
This is a very credit card thing, what you're saying.
Yeah. No, what do you do with the reward points? You get some, let's say you buy,
You can buy items. You can buy items.
you can buy items, right? Okay. Or you can adjust the payment to the next.
Yes.
Okay. You can pay the balance amount, things like that. We'll come back to my book, my positive book again. So Revati, let's say for example, you've got 3 positive points today. Okay? Let's give a point to each of these positive points. Like how you have reward points in that, we'll give positive rewards to the points that you have. Can we do that? Now what are these points? Because you're only writing. You're only giving the points. Who will give you the money now? Okay? You only have to give yourself the money, right? Now you will not give money to Revati, will not give it to Kirti, or Kirti will not give it to Juhi. It's not like that. For every positive point that you write, attach a value to it in terms of money. Like, if you write a positive point, let's say 10 rupees. Okay? If you want it to be any other value, I'll leave it to you. let's keep it at a minimum of 10 rupees. It can be a 50 rupees a point, 50 rupees a positive experience. It can be 100 rupees a positive experience, or whatever. So let's say you have 3 positive experiences in the day, during the day. It need not necessarily be in the office, anywhere. 3 positive experiences. So taking 10 rupees as a positive point, positive reward, it will be 30 rupees. Put that 30 rupees aside. Religiously take 30 rupees. When we were young, we used to have a piggy bank. I don't know if you all have it now, a piggy bank. Take that 30 rupees, or if you have, let's say 50 rupees, for example, okay? 50 rupees aside. And put it aside, saying that is not your money, this is what I earned, but that is not mine now. End of the month, let's say an average of 3 positive points a day, and 50 rupees a day, for example, into 30 days is 1500, 1500 rupees. Okay? 1500 rupees is a bonus reward points that you have got without any effort that you had to make to save the money. Now this 1500 is also not yours. Put that in a bank, put it in a recurring deposit, or put it in an FD, whatever you want to, okay? But keep a small tab about it. How much are you putting every month? Don't touch that. Don't touch that money. In case you have 10,000 rupees in your bank, this 1500 is not yours. Effectively, you have only 8,500 rupees. Whatever you want to do, if you want to pay your bills, you want to buy some clothes, you want to buy a new Ray-Ban, you want to buy a new watch, everything in that 8,500. You have to pay your rent, you have to pay whatever, you have to take care of your elderly in your family, you have to buy medicines. In that 8,500 only. You are not going to touch that 1,500 rupees. Can you do that? 1,500 into 12 in a year will be about 15,000 rupees. If I had asked you to put 15,000 rupees aside, would you have done it easily?
No.
It's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. Okay? Just because we are entrepreneurs, it doesn't mean it's easy for us. It's not easy for us also. 15,000 is big money. Even if it is, let's say, less than 15,000 also, make sure you do this religiously and keep it aside. I'll give you 2 examples. My mother, I started earning my first salary was 500 rupees a month. Okay? And I used to take that 500 and give it to my mother. And she used to give me everyday bus charge so much, then you have to eat your lunch there so much. And that's something she used to give me about 10-15 rupees a day or something like that. I used to spend half of it, the other half I used to save. Okay? And I used to put it in a piggy bank. I used to tell my mother, I spent only out of 20 rupees you gave me today, I spent only 10, the other 10 or 15 I spent, the other 5 is in the piggy bank. So every day it slowly increased. As I started earning more, it slowly increased. From 10 rupees to 20 rupees a day. And see, 20 rupees became 600 rupees a month. Okay, so my salary was also increased a little bit. Then that 20 rupees became 100 rupees a day. And so it became 3,000 rupees a month. So it slowly increased as my salary went up, as my earnings went up, my piggy bank amounts also went up. I never touched it. Never touched it. In fact, I went to the extent when I got a bonus in my office. What do you normally do when you get a bonus? Buy a new shirt. Some still have the habit that I have to buy my mother a saree, or I'll buy something for my boyfriend, girlfriend. All these things happen, right? My bonus I never touched. I put it aside, thinking that is not mine. My salary increments that I got every year. Let's say I was earning 100 rupees for example. Let's say I was earning 1,000 rupees for example, and if my salary was increased to 1,200, I never looked at the 200 rupees. I only looked at 1,000. That 200 used to go to my savings. My expenses used to be within that 1,000. Okay? When I built my house, after all the down payments that I had made and the bank loans that I had taken, I still ran short of money. Of course, you all being in the construction space, your estimate will be something, but your billing will be something else. Okay, so I don't blame you, because then the customer would have changed many of the things as the project goes on. I didn't have money. I had taken already a bank loan. I had already started paying the EMI. I fell short by 8.5 lakhs when I built my house. That was the time I dipped into this. I had more than 8.5 lakhs in this. And this I'm talking to you about from 25 years since I started my company. Almost 35 years of daily savings. 8.5 lakhs came to my rescue from this, my piggy bank. I never touched it. I still do it even today. It's not that I've gone past that. I still do it even today, not knowing what can be the emergencies that I face in the future. What is it that I may not be prepared for, despite all the savings that I have, and I still need this. I still do it. Please start doing this. It is extremely, extremely important. You will not realize it now. Because for you, the immediate need is what you need to pay off now, what you need to buy now. But if you start thinking about this on a longer term, this thing, in a smaller value, it really helps. You decide what should be the rewards points for this positive things. Whether it is 10 rupees, I would suggest make it 10 as the minimum. If you want to reduce it, I leave it to you. If you want to increase it, great. Go ahead and increase it. Okay? You fix the reward points for the positive points that you have in this book. Every month, put it aside. Okay? As you feel that the reward points can increase, please increase it. But remember, you will not reduce your positive points because you don't want so many reward points. No. This goes hand in hand. Your positive points and your reward points are both extremely important things in your life today. The cost of living is not going down. It is only going to go up even further. Right? So, your stress level in your life is not going to go down. It is only going to go up. That is why you have to decide how will you handle your life when it comes to your health, stress, composure and things like that. And at the same time, how will you handle your finances as the cost of living goes up? Nobody will help you with this. You can decide what is needed. Okay? The reason why you have so many meditation classes today, yoga camps and things like that is why everybody is going through stress. Doctors never have recession. Have you heard of any doctor saying, oh, there's too much of recession in our industry? You may have had recession in the retail industry. Doctors? No. Lawyers? No. Because even relationships are breaking because of these stresses. Relationships, and I'm not talking only about husband and wife, I'm talking about customer and client. Contracts are not matching because of stress. So your stress level will be high. How you maintain it in a very simple way is this one. It's very simple. Please follow this. Have some value to what you do with this. And then start doing this. Now your job doesn't end here. I'm sorry, I'm going one after the other. As you think, okay, finally he's finishing now. He made us write something which we don't want to write, and he made a loss out of our money, salary and all that. Now he's talking about something else. What is your job? You're a manager. What gives you great satisfaction when you are a manager? What is the greatest satisfaction that you see as a manager?
Having a good team,
Yeah?
having a good relationship with the clients.
Okay. Yeah. Having a good team. Okay. Now why is the team good? Because of the manager. Okay? Of course, the team has their own capabilities. But if you have a bad manager, let's say when India won the World Cup, Cricket World Cup, earlier, not this one, but earlier, I'm a Dhoni fan. Okay? If you didn't have a leader like MS Dhoni, what were the chances of we winning the cup? We may still have won it, but what were the probabilities? He's the guy who actually told the people, told the team that we can win it. Kapil Dev, in 1983 World Cup, the entire world, including India, believed we just going there for a vacation, going to England for a vacation. The team is going there for a vacation. He was the only one who believed we'll come back with the World Cup, and the press reporters also laughed at him. He was the only one who believed. Okay. Now, everybody based on his belief, they performed. They lived up, they raised up to the level that they were expected to, and we brought the cup home. Right? That was his leadership. Kapil Dev's leadership brought us the first World Cup back home. Similarly, a manager's leadership is extremely important. Your leadership is what actually gets your people to do certain things which sort of becomes a collaboration between you, your manager, your office and your client. Okay? So the way you scale up is the way the people also scale up, your team scales up. But the biggest satisfaction that I as a manager have got so far is scaling up my other fellow team members to become managers. What is a manager's biggest thing? Asset that the manager has. The biggest asset that any manager has is his or her decision-making capability. Whether it's a yes or a no, whether we move forward or we go, no, we sign this contract or we don't sign this contract, whether we agree to what the client is saying or we don't agree, whether we should live up to the tantrums that's happening in the office between some employees or no. The manager takes the call. That is the biggest asset that the manager has, the decision-making capability. Okay? Now, as you see people who were working under you, who were your subordinates, who were your colleagues, they also rising to become decision-making people. It feels very good. There's a lot of satisfaction in that. What are you doing when you're doing this? What are you indirectly doing in a much bigger way? When you raise them as managers, you're making a better country. You're making them better people. In their community, they become better. They become leaders in their communities, in their neighborhood, and things like that. They become more responsible towards their neighborhood. They become more responsible towards the country. The way you are changing the face of the country is by raising more managers, making more managers, making them more responsible. That is what makes you the manager. Please work on this. And I'm sure you would have found so many such occasions where you will be really proud of this. You know, when somebody comes and tells you because of what you told me, and that went into my mind and I started practicing that. And today I am a person that I am because of you. I still look upon my managers whom I worked under in my previous company. He says right here in Retale third stage. I still look up to him. And I was, and I've been an entrepreneur for 25 plus years now. Okay, but I still look up to him saying that this is what Sudhir told me when I was getting into a situation which was not great. This is how Sudhir handled this for me. You know? So whenever I tell him that, hey, this is what you did for me, he'll laugh it off. Hey, anybody would have done this. But heart in heart, he knows he has transformed a lot of people like Sanjay to become better people. Okay? So, now your next job of this positive book is making more positive books for other people in your lives. It can be for people in your family, it can be your friends, it can be anybody else. More positive books. Talk to them and tell them that they should only note down record only positive thoughts for the day and nothing else. And go back to those positive thoughts when they're having a bad mood. That way, you make sure the number of fights reduce, number of disagreements reduce. There is much more respect for each other because of this book, and there is much more respect for you that they give you. Okay? So, remember the book. Remember the ordinary book that is in my hand today. You make it extraordinary. Now, when you make this book extraordinary, it's not just the book becoming extraordinary. You become an extraordinary person. You make the office an extraordinary office. You make the project team an extraordinary project team. You become extraordinary professionals. But it starts with a small book. Thank you so much.
I have no words actually. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful knowledge about the positivity and like how we have to be, and like even for the savings part also. So many of them like do savings, like even I do SIPs and all. So with this thought, maybe we can implement this and make it as a habit and go forward and after. Thank you so much for that. I welcome Kirti. We just had a small workshop conducted in our office. So I just want Kirti to explain about the workshop. No.
Please do. I'm going to borrow your pen and write my name on it.
Thank you, sir. That was the minutes that we had. And so we started this new design exercise called learning and development. And this is for all of us, not just the freshers. We all are learning in design, and design constantly evolves. So we have given a design task for our new trainees. And in that they have to understand the business model, how does that work, and how do we imply that in our forthcoming projects, and what are the learnings that we have learned from the market survey we have done. So Reshma and Ashila have done a very good job. I invite Sanjay Simha to provide certificates to Reshma. Reshma, can you please come here?
You sit. Do not be shake photos.
Thank you, Kirti. Now I welcome Kirti ma'am to give a vote of thanks.
It was a very good perspective and ideas what you shared. So undoubtedly, I guess everybody has noted down. I have noted down 2-3 points which I want to share. First point is theory of the positive square inch, where we have carried from the old office. I mean, we have left there, we have come here positively and take feedback positively and leave your old baggage. These are the 3 things which really made me as a good think more about the positive person, and told about the managerial skills. I'd like to learn about that more and get you guys into the more learning skills. And thank you so much, sir, for taking your time and spending such a lovely time. And we would like to collaborate more with you. It's such a more beautiful event. Thank you so much. The small token from us. No. Sanjay, I know you have too many friends in your house.
Thanks, very much.
Geeta is English and Jeevita is Radha.
What is this?
See you. We all can pose with Sanjay. Get one photograph.
Thankfully, I didn't come in my bike here.
That's true. Come here, we'll take a picture.